There are many Tetra species out there, all equally spectacular. One of our personal favorites, though, is the Rummynose Tetra. This species' red face and silver body make for a pretty dramatic display, while its friendly nature makes it suitable for the most peaceful community aquariums. The Rummynose Tetra is a typical small, schooling tetra species that reaches a maximum size of up to 2 inches. It's appreciated by aquarists for its colors, as it features a silverish body but bright red face. Rummynoses are one of the many popular aquarium fish species, naturally found in the Amazon basin. Here, they inhabit black water rivers, which are so named for their very dark waters. This coloration is natural and caused by tannins released by decaying organic matter, which has the added effect of making the water soft and acidic. As also mentioned in our article on our 5 favorite tetra species, the Rummynose Tetra isn't the only red-nosed, silver-bodied schooling fish out there. Hemigrammus blairi is also usually labeled Rummynose and actually very popular, even though it's not the true Rummynose. Podotella georgii, the false Rummynose, is less common but still the occasional source of confusion. If you suspect you might have bought the wrong species, don't despair. There isn't that much actual difference between the three in care nor behavior. As with all aquarium fish, the best way to really make sure your Rummynose tetras thrive is to imitate their natural habitat, as much as you can. Although this species is a popular choice for any type of peaceful community setup due to its friendly nature, it really does best in a biotope tank that resembles the black waters it's naturally found in. Rummynose tetras will do just fine in a heavily planted clear water setup, but for a little extra you can opt to generously use leaf litter in the tank. This can consist of anything aquarium safe if you're not looking to imitate a specific biotope. Although the easiest type of leaf litter to find in the aquarium hobby will be Indian almond leaves. Additionally, try using fine branches, driftwood, oak, beech leaves, alder cones, seed pods, palm fronds and more. Plants are not common in blackwater habitats, but you can still opt to use them in your tank to provide extra cover. Since the lighting will be dim, try floating plants or low-light species like anubias. Keep in mind that Rummynose tetras are schooling fish and more is always better if your aquarium can accommodate it. A good minimum number for a group is 8, but you'll love the sight of a group of 20 or more Rummynoses. This is a popular species to keep with larger cichlids like discus fish and angelfish, since it's just a little too big to be eaten. Additionally, Rummynose tetras can be kept with other small schooling fish or peaceful catfish from the Amazon region. Rummynose tetras are sometimes called the mine canaries of the fish-keeping hobby. Why? Well, they're quite a sensitive species. As with many fish, their colors will become washed out if water quality drops, which means a school of pale-faced Rummynoses is a telltale sign that it's time to keep a closer eye on your water values. The aquarium should always be fully cycled with zero ammonia or nitrites, and you should be doing regular water changes to keep the nitrates down. pH should be below neutral. Feed your Rummynose tetras a regular small staple food for tropical fish. Don't forget to switch things up once in a while with frozen or even live foods, though. Want to set up your own Rummynose Tetra aquarium? A biotope-correct blackwater setup? Maybe. If the task at hand seems a bit too daunting or time-consuming, we can help you out. At Aquarium Planet CTG, we get our hands wet so you don't have to. Just contact us here with your ideas and we'll design, set up and maintain your tank for you. How to clean your aquarium. Now that we've cleared up some confusion about tank maintenance, here is a step-by-step guide for you to follow on a regular basis. Step 1. Test the water quality. If your aquarium is newly established and has not been cycled yet, you need to test the water to determine if it has 0 ppm ammonia, 0 ppm nitrites, and less than 40 ppm nitrates. For more info, find out how to cycle your aquarium. Higher levels of these waste compounds can be dangerous for fish. If your aquarium is already cycled, then the goal is to keep nitrate levels below 40 ppm. Measure the nitrates using a water test kit to determine how much water should be removed and if other steps need to be taken, based on our free guide to water changes. Step 2. Remove algae. In order to maintain a clear view of our fish, scrub the tank walls with an algae scraper. If you have the blade attachment, it should be very easy to slice through any tough algae spots. Just make sure not to catch any substrate underneath the algae scraper, or you may end up scratching the glass or acrylic. If algae has grown on the lead, you can easily rinse it off in the sink. Don't use soap or it may harm your fish. Finally, if algae covers your aquarium decor, rocks, or plants, try using a clean toothbrush to gently brush it off, either over the sink or in the aquarium. Read our article on how to get rid of algae for more tips and tricks. Step 3. Prune the plants. If you keep live aquarium plants, take this time to remove any dead leaves and trim down overgrown foliage. If you have tall stem plants, you can easily propagate them by cutting a few inches off the tops and replanting them into the substrate. If your Vallisneria or dwarf Sagittaria are spreading into unwanted areas, pull out the little runners and move them elsewhere. Lastly, if floating plants have completely covered the entire water surface, remove about 30% to 50% of them so that the plants below get enough light and the fish get enough oxygen. Step 4. Turn off equipment. Before removing any water, make sure to turn off or unplug all equipment. Aquarium heaters and filters are not meant to operate without water and therefore can become damaged when running in dry air. Step 5. Vacuum the substrate. Take out your nifty aquarium siphon and vacuum approximately 1/3 of the substrate. Move any decorations or hardscape as needed, since debris tends to collect underneath them. The siphon serves the dual purpose of not only removing fish waste, uneaten food, and dead leaves from the gravel or sand, but also removing old tank water and the excess nitrates in them. Step 6. Clean the filter. At least once a month, you should clean the filter. Many beginners think of filters like a black hole, where fish poop and detritus magically disappear from the water. In reality, filters are more like trash cans that collect waste, but at the end of the day, someone is still responsible for taking out the trash can. In the same way, filters collect fish waste, but you must still regularly clean it to remove all the gunk before the filter gets clogged up or overflows. If you have a hang-on back, canister, or corner box filter, the easiest way to maintenance it is to swish around and wash the filter media in your bucket of recently removed tank water. Again, do not use soap, just water. If you have a sponge filter, remove the foam portion and wring it multiple times in the bucket of old tank water. Step 7. Refill the water. At this point, you can finally refill the tank with fresh, clean water that matches the temperature of the existing aquarium water. Human hands are able to detect temperatures within 1 or 2 degrees, so just adjust the faucet until the tap water feels like it has the same amount of warmth. Empty out the bucket of old tank water which can be used to feed indoor and outdoor plants, and refill it with tap water. You can either add dechlorinator into the bucket, dosed based on the bucket's volume, or directly into the tank, dosed based on the aquarium's volume. This is also your chance to add liquid fertilizer or root tabs for the substrate. Step 8. Turn on equipment. Although you just spent all this time cleaning the tank, it probably looks dirtier than ever with all that particulate clouding up the water. Not to worry, turn on the heater and filter again, and within an hour or so, the debris will settle down or get sucked up by the filter. Step 9. Wipe the glass. For that extra, crystal clear finish, wipe down the outside walls of the tank with aquarium-safe glass and acrylic cleaner to remove any water spots and smudges. Also, clean off the dust that has collected on the lead, light, and aquarium stand. Now you have a truly Instagram-worthy aquarium ready to wow your friends and family.